Have you ever wondered how to work legally in the UK? If so, you're in the right place. Today we're delving into the world of sponsorship visas. A sponsorship visa is a type of visa where an individual or organisation takes responsibility for a visa applicant during their stay in the UK. Sponsors submit a petition to the government asking for the individual to be allowed entry. This process is often required for employment purposes, family-based immigration, or when hiring foreign workers. In essence, it is a bridge between a foreign national and their dream of working in the UK. Stay tuned as we break down the process of obtaining a sponsorship visa into easy-to-understand steps. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to navigate your journey towards securing a sponsorship visa. So, let's get started. Did you know that the UK's immigration system will undergo significant changes in 2024? The way the sponsorship visa system works will be tweaked in several ways, impacting both potential immigrants and their sponsors. For instance, the validity of sponsor licenses will be under review. This means that businesses will need to stay on their toes to ensure they continue to meet the necessary requirements. One of the most notable updates is the increase in the minimum salary threshold for skilled worker visas, which will rise to £38,700. This change could pose challenges for sectors that heavily rely on skilled migrant labour. If you're planning to apply for a sponsorship visa, it's crucial to be aware of this change and plan accordingly. In addition, the government plans to overhaul the shortage occupation list, which includes jobs where there is a lack of skilled workers within the UK. A new immigration salary list will be introduced to specifically address areas with significant skills shortages. This could potentially open up new opportunities for immigrants with certain skill sets. For migrant care workers, stricter regulations will be imposed, impacting their ability to bring dependents to the UK. However, it's not all challenging news. Current skilled worker visa holders will benefit from transitional arrangements, exempting them from the new salary threshold. The immigration health surcharge will also increase to £1,035 per year, affecting certain visa categories. On the bright side, the income requirement for partner visas has been revised to a lower threshold of £29,000. These changes aim to reduce immigration, so it's crucial for all stakeholders to stay informed and prepare. As we delve deeper into the key visa categories, we'll provide more insight into what these changes mean for you. Understanding the key visa categories, such as Tier 2 and Tier 5 sponsorship visas, is important to your journey. Let's delve into these, shall we? First off, we have the Tier 2 sponsorship visa. This system in the United Kingdom allows UK employers to sponsor non-EEA nationals for skilled job vacancies. It is divided into 4 categories: general, intra-company transfer, sportsperson, and minister of religion. Employers must obtain a Tier 2 sponsor license to offer sponsorship and can issue certificates of sponsorship to prospective employees. Now, what is a certificate of sponsorship, you might ask? Simply put, it's an electronic document that employers assign to foreign employees before they can apply for a UK work visa. It's essential for anyone applying for a work visa in the UK, and the worker must be eligible for the role they are applying for. Next, we have the Tier 5 sponsorship visa, which falls under several subcategories. These include charity worker for voluntary unpaid jobs, creative and sporting for internationally established applicants in creative or sporting fields, government-authorised exchange for approved exchange programmes, and international agreement visa for jobs covered by international law, among others. Sponsors play a very important role in ensuring eligibility and compliance of sponsored individuals. But remember, sponsors face risks if sponsored individuals violate visa conditions. It's essential for employers to ask if a non-EEA national requires sponsorship and to seek employment with a company that sponsors visas. Now that you know about the key visa categories, let's discuss eligibility criteria and requirements. Knowing the eligibility criteria and requirements will help you prepare better for your visa application. So, let's dive right in. Firstly, not everyone needs a certificate of sponsorship or COS. A COS is required for migrant workers applying under a relevant worker route, such as the skilled worker route. It's a unique electronic document that employers must assign to foreign employees before they can apply for a UK work visa. The COS must be used within 3 months and cannot be applied for more than 3 months before the job start date. Remember, having a valid COS does not guarantee entry clearance or permission to stay. Now let's talk about the requirements for applicants for UK skilled worker visas. To be eligible, you must demonstrate proficiency in English and have a confirmed job offer. The job you're offered must meet the requirements for sponsoring work visas. For instance, your job must be at skill level of RQF 3 or above, and your employer must be approved by the Home Office as a licensed sponsor. In addition, you must have at least £1,270 in your bank account for at least 28 consecutive days, with day 28 falling within 31 days of applying for the visa. This is to prove that you can support yourself in the UK. Your employer's certificate of sponsorship must confirm that you meet these requirements. However, some exceptions apply, and you may not need to provide proof of financial support in certain circumstances. Understanding these eligibility criteria and requirements is crucial to ensure a smooth application process and avoid any potential hurdles. Now, let's move on to the benefits of a sponsorship visa. Wondering what are the benefits of a sponsorship visa? Well, it's a gateway to a plethora of opportunities. A sponsorship visa not only allows you to legally enter and stay in the UK, but it also opens doors for personal and professional growth. As a sponsored individual, you get access to the UK job market and the chance to work in one of the world's leading economies. It's not just about work, though. Living in the UK means immersing yourself in a rich, diverse culture. You get to experience the vibrancy of British life, its history and traditions. Plus, you'll be part of a multicultural community that broadens your perspectives and enriches your life experiences. So obtaining a sponsorship visa is much more than just a ticket to work in the UK. It's an invitation to a life full of potential and opportunities. Let's now focus on the application process and resources. The application process may seem daunting, but we're here to guide you through it. The first step towards securing a sponsorship visa is understanding the point-based system. This system is designed to ensure that individuals coming to work in the UK meet specific requirements and have enough points to qualify. The requirements are quite straightforward. For starters, applicants need to demonstrate that they have a job offer from a UK employer who holds a valid Tier 2 or Tier 5 sponsorship licence. They also need to prove that the job offer is at a required skill level of RQF 3 or above. Next, let's talk about the costs involved. When applying for a skilled worker visa, applicants need to have enough money to cover the application fee and prove they have a certain amount of money available to support themselves in the UK. The fee is lower for jobs on the shortage occupation list, but that's not all. The immigration skills charge may apply when assigning a certificate of sponsorship for certain visa applications. The charge is based on the length of the visa and the size of the sponsor. It's also crucial to know how long it takes to get the UK sponsorship visa. While the approval process for a certificate of sponsorship usually takes 1 working day, the visa decision itself takes a certain amount of time, depending on the applicant's location. Remember, the journey doesn't end with your successful visa application. There are several important steps to take after arriving in the UK, which we will discuss in the next scene. That's a wrap on the application process. But what happens after you arrive in the UK? Once you've landed in the UK, what's next? Well, the journey doesn't end with the receipt of your visa. There are several important steps you'll need to take upon arrival. Firstly, you will need to collect your biometric residence permit, a critical document that provides evidence of your immigration status in the UK. Next, you'll need to prove your right to work and rent a property in the UK, a process which has recently transitioned to online checks. Depending on your nationality, you may also be required to register with the police, receiving a police registration certificate as proof of compliance. Opening a UK bank account is highly recommended, as this may be required by employers and for various financial transactions. You'll also need to apply for a national insurance number, which is necessary for working in the UK. Lastly, do remember to register with a local GP surgery upon arrival. This step is particularly important as it enables you to access free healthcare services on the NHS, provided you've paid the immigration health surcharge. And there you have it, a comprehensive guide to obtaining a sponsorship visa in the UK. Don't forget to subscribe to Around Money and Emigration for more helpful guides like this. Good luck on your journey.